Haho, Wajaniwina, Hijankishana, Hinikadagiwi. Greetings, I'm Marlon WhiteEagle, the President of the Ho Chunk Nation. And for the last 5 weeks, I've been in office here with the Ho Chunk Nation. First off, I'd like to talk about my campaign. I wanted to usher in transparency and accountability. And one of the first tasks that I had was to nominate executive directors to each of the 12 departments. And in doing so, three of the 12 have been confirmed already, and that's Michelle Green Deer Rave in the Department of Justice, Wendy WhiteEagle in the Department of Business, and Crystal Destiny in the Treasury. So having these 3 executive directors confirmed is a great milestone for the moving forward, moving the new leadership forward, the transition into the office. But the good news is all the executive director nominations were accepted by the legislature, and now it goes into the confirmation hearing process. We did that last week, and then the following week they'll actually do more confirmation hearings, or more confirmation of each of the executive directors of the other 9 departments. The other 9 departments are Heritage Preservation, Labor, Personnel, Health, Housing, Social Service, and DNR, and Administration. So we're well on the way to installing the new leadership, and I feel like once we get that new leadership installed, then we can begin to move forward in furthering making progress. Instead of being a reactionary government, we want to be a forward-thinking government. One of the biggest issues that I've inherited is this accounting software, Infralassen, and to be able to get it installed and implemented, I need to have executive directors confirmed so that the leadership's in place, so we can begin to move forward with implementing Infralassen for. So what that does is, I use these pens as an example, is that each of the facilities is doing their own thing in terms of buying which pens they buy, so everybody's buying, maybe we're buying 20, 30 different styles of pen, but if we use our buying power, we can do greater savings. And that's one of the things I want for the administration, is we're going to show the people where we're saving money through implementing this multi-tiered accounting software, Infralassen. So it's been 5 years in the making, and we went through 1 contract, we're on to the 2nd contract, and we want to have success. In the ideal world, Infralassen can be purchased and implemented within 1 year. So the nation, we're going on 5 years and going into year 6. So the way I can do that is have leadership in place that make it a priority, that we get the software up and running, and we can start saving money that way. And then one of the things I'd also like to do is let you know some of the staff that I picked to work with here in the Office of the President. Mike Salloway, he's a private investor. Nate Longtail and Chris Bush, they were instrumental in the Treasury Department, and so they're now over here in the Office of the President. John Whitebear, it was a compliance training officer, so I brought him in as my compliance officer. Andrea Estebo is our legislative information officer. So those that know, Andrea was serving on the legislature and now she's here in the OOP. So I feel like we got a good conduit between the executive branch and the legislative branch. So that's nice to have. Also coming from the legislative branch is Tim Gamble. He was legislative aide prior, and so Tim's here in the office, and he's a great asset to the team. The two presidential aides are Scott Kingswan and Carrie WhiteEagle. So they'll be answering the phone when you call the office. And our public relation team is made up of Forrest Funmaker and Ken Luchterhan. These guys are really professional, and they're behind the camera here, so I got to say nice things about them. But these are the people that I work with. We're a goal-oriented office and a goal-oriented leadership, among the executive directors, that we're going to set a goal and we're going to reach a goal, and that goal is to serve the people of the Ho-Chunk Nation. So this is the first message of many, and thank you for your time listening to it, and I look forward to seeing you down the road. So thank you once again.